Hey there everybody, it's Tori with Sword Guy Builds. So I'm going to be trying something a little bit different from now on. I'm going to be keeping all of my videos to a maximum of 20 minutes, just to try to keep them more digestible and to increase the odds that they'll actually upload when I go to upload them. I had some problems recently with a very long video and it didn't want to upload, and I think it was because of the length. So basically what we're going to be talking about right now is the new way that I've been using to make bull whips that I know I'm going to wax. And the reason that I use those terms, those specific terms, is that I don't wax all my bull whips, and I use a different method for basically all my other work. The two concepts that we're going to be talking about are tension and like a periodic structural diamond plait. Kind of silly, but that is something that I have a lot of confidence in right now. Let's get into it.
I surely would like the things I do to be good.
Okay, so where we are right now, I've got my first belly here, and I'm just coming to the end of my handle core. So for maybe the last half an inch or so of the steel, I'm going to transition into a diamond plait. It's not important that it's diamond plait, but it is important that it be very, very tight. And a herringbone doesn't really retain the same amount of tension as a diamond plait, and that's the reason that I do a diamond plait. So I'm just transitioning into my diamond right here. And I'm not quite pulling at full strength yet. Okay, now I'm starting to pull pretty much. Yeah, this is gonna be pulling at full strength. I say full strength, really, I try not to hurt myself, you know, but as hard as I can without hurting myself. When you're doing this, you do want to see motion in the sections that you've already plaited, you know. That's how you're sure that you're getting good real pressure on there. All right, now I am about, I don't know, I'd say 7, maybe 8 inches from the end of my steel, and maybe about 3 inches from where I know my first drop is going to be. So this is an 8-foot whip. I feel like if I draw the rigidity too far out, the form of the whip might be sort of clunky, so I'm going to stop this here, let the rigidity start to taper down, and then that should help get me a better overall transition zone on the finished product. But I'm still pulling very tightly as I transition into my herringbone. But then as I get to the end of my core, I'm going to ease off the tension down to basically nothing, so that when I get to my loose strands, that of course will not have any tension in them. It's not just like a hard drop off, you know. There will be a good. It'll be eased into that lack of tension. Okay, here is our completed first belly. Herringbone up to about here, and then diamond plat. And I've really only reinforced maybe half an inch or so, yeah, about half an inch of the thong with artificial sinew, just to make sure that it does not flex right there against the metal. The actual transitional rigidity will come from the plat and the tension that we applied, and then I just, you know, sort of eased off the tension as I got down to the end, and it's not perfect, but it's good. It's good enough. That's going to even out, of course, when we do the next belly, and maybe a little bit more even when we go to the overlay. Okay, here we are in the same spot on the second belly. I just got to my binding. Going to transition into diamond plat and then carry it through for not quite as much distance as on the first belly, and that also will help us establish transitional rigidity. And you still gotta make super sure that you are seeing motion up here where you've already platted. And I mean, not just like, oh hey, it moved, it must be tight enough. When you see it moving, pull it until it stops moving, you know? That's how the cord is going to retain the tension, because this stuff, it's not like leather. Leather is like, while you're working it, of course, you know, you have to grease it so that it slides against itself, but it's ultimately a tacky surface, you know. The cord is just a synthetic, and it's very smooth, so it'll slide against itself without grease, but it also won't grab onto itself, you know. So that's really the only reason that I do the diamond plat. Like, it would be fine if you could get it that tight with just the herringbone, but I'm not convinced that it'll hold that tension if you don't also do diamond plat. Let's see, I am at 3 or 4 inches from the end of the diamond plat on the first belly. I'm gonna go a little further. Okay, now I am maybe 2.5 inches or so from the end of the diamond plat on the first belly, and really I'm just eyeballing it. I'm just making a judgment call. But end of my steel is about up here, and this will give me a good, you know, 8-10 inches of transitional rigidity, of strong transitional rigidity here at the fat part of the thong. And I'm going to spend the rest of the plat just tapering off the tension, easing off the tension, so that we'll have a nice clean arc in the final product. All right, we got our 8-foot belly done, and you can see, hopefully, that we've got a good amount of arcing going on already. We have a good deal of stiffness here in the thong so far, and the flow is pretty good, actually exceptional, I would say, for being just a belly. So it should feel very nice. when it's finished, and we will come back when it is finished. Okay, here is the finished 8-foot whip, and I think it came out pretty good. You can see we've got our good structure. It will form our solid coil. It's still a little stiff, but you can feel the tension in the thong on the upswing, and it'll make a nice clean coil as you throw it. Thanks a bunch for watching, everybody. Remember to like and subscribe, of course, if you don't mind, and let me know what you think. Drop me requests for future topics or whatever. That'd be cool. I will hope to see you guys in the next one. Thanks a bunch.